On this little tour, we're going to take you to the island of Haiti. Haiti is the land of the voodoo, about which that famous song was written, Voodoo do you do. This is a bird's eye view of San Domingo. If it doesn't resemble San Domingo, you'll have to blame the bird. Maybe he didn't know what he was looking at. San Domingo was built right on the edge of Manzanilla Bay, as they wanted to have their harbor near the water. The sky looks kind of cloudy, so we better get uptown before it rains. Taking a shortcut through the manufacturing district, we find the neighborhood bristling with activity. The gentleman at the crank turns this big wheel all day and doesn't get paid for it, sort of freewheeling. It furnishes the power for a lathe. These men are employed by the railroad and are making a cornerstone for the new roundhouse. This laborer is taking it easy. It's an old saw, and the teeth have pyorrhea. Hurry up there, Sam. A 10-minute walk brings us to the shopping district. The chief articles in Haiti are rice, tobacco, cocoa, ginger, sugar, cotton, woolen goods, and silk lingerie on the third floor. It's lunchtime, and these girls have been eating in the cafeteria, but they're a little absent-minded and forgot to return the trays. Well, well, there go some donuts on their way to be dumped. She has to take the chair with her to keep her husband from sitting in it all day. This woman expects a brainstorm and is carrying a can on her head to catch the water. Look at this one go. She has a long distance to travel and is walking fast so that she can get there before she gets tired. But this one isn't going anywhere and doesn't care how soon she arrives. Here comes one with a trailer. These two women work for the same firm. The one in front isn't carrying anything in the basket. She's on her vacation. This old spinster has just come from a furniture store where she tried to buy a bed with a man already under it. Equestriennes are very common in Haiti. This woman weighs 50 pounds more than the burro. She ought to get off and let the donkey get on. Even the women in Haiti go in for scandal. The woman on the left is accusing her neighbor of leading a double life because he buys suits with 2 pairs of pants. Further on down the street, we came to a public drinking fountain. I don't know whether that tin cup is sanitary or not, but it must be. Everybody drinks out of it. Hey, pull your pants up, George. Look at her wash her teeth. 4 out of 5 have it, but she had it before any of them. Having seen how industrious the wives are, we'll take a walk down the street and see what the husbands are doing. Over in the doorway is the tired businessman, sleeping a hard day's work. He likes his job so well, he hates to wake up when 5 o'clock comes around. These chaps are the Don Juans of Haiti. They Don Juan do nothing. The nervous fellow sitting on the edge of the chair is worried about the unemployment situation. He's afraid his wife is going to lose her job. Notice the man on the curb. All day long he sits there and thinks, and when he gets tired, he just sits there. Here is the smartest man of the bunch. He lies down in a wheelbarrow so that he won't have to walk in his sleep. He's just recovering from a nervous breakdown. He went to sleep the other afternoon and dreamt he was working. Later on in the day, we strolled over to the residential district, and the poverty was appalling. Times are so tough in this village that the pigs are only having twins. Every now and then you find a tidy housewife. This one is very neat and is sweeping her husband up with the rest of the trash. Look at him lift his feet. He doesn't want to get the broom dirty. Bright and early the next morning, we were on our way, trying to find the secret road which would take us into the mountains where the followers of Voodooism were holding their strange and mysterious ceremonies. Voodooism is unlawful in Haiti, and the natives have to choose with care the spot where they are to go through with their weird and illegal orgy. The mountains weren't far away. We could tell we were in the foothills by the fallen arches. Hour after hour, we plodded along. The roads were rather damp, as there had been a heavy dew that morning. But it was an interesting walk, and we met many picturesque types. These three ladies are French washerwomen, and they work for an old German who runs a Chinese laundry. While we're in the neighborhood, we might as well drop over there. It's a wet wash establishment where they do pound work. That stick doesn't ruin the clothes like modern machinery, but she's doing the best she can. Her husband works in the men's department. It's a size 14 shirt, and he's beating it into a 15.5. Continuing our journey, we came across a mother giving her child a bath. "Take 'em off," says the mother. "You're too big a girl now to wear clothes." The mother isn't going to bathe. She had a bath once. No, this is not a sea lion. It's a black bass. This poor old bather is very absent-minded. She's been standing in the water for an hour and a half and can't remember what she went in there for. But the burro doesn't care what anybody thinks. He knows he's a jackass. We had to cross many streams on our way to the mountains. Some of them are very deep. This man is up to his donkey in water. Either those are bananas or he needs a haircut. We were very thirsty and asked this young lady for a drink, but she had nothing on her hip but a baby. The baby is scared to death. He thinks his mother is going to sit down. After a few more miles of hiking, we knew we were near our destination, as voodoo ceremonies are always preceded by a cockfight. The place is crowded, and the owners are getting their birds ready for the contest. These men live off their chickens. They're what you might call chicken livers. These are the champions, and they'll fight at the drop of an egg. There'll be a great scrap in a minute. Wait until that Rhode Island Red lands on that Plymouth Rock. There's the gong. They're in the center of the ring. The rooster leads with his left leg, but the chicken ducks and makes him look like a goose. A drumstick to the beak sends his opponent to the floor, and he's down, stiff as a weather vane. The champion is up at the count of 9, and the rooster pulls him again by laying an egg. Look at that chicken scramble. It's a scramble egg. Wait a minute. That one looked low. It was low, and the fight is over. The chicken wins by a foul. Losing most of our money on this fight, we had to replenish our funds by stopping at a native pawn shop. After borrowing $500 on an old mahjong set, we continued our journey into the village, where the voodoo ceremonies were about to begin. We'd hardly gotten inside the city limits when we came to a well-stocked bar. We thought we'd take a couple of swallows and then go around the town. But the liquor was so powerful that after the first drink, we decided to let the town go around us. I don't know how long it took us to get there, but the voodoo orgies had already started when we arrived. The first sight that greeted us was a native who couldn't seem to make up his mind whether or not he wanted to sit down. It looks like Oliver Twist from South Bend. Believe it or not, the fellow hanging onto the tree is waiting for a merry-go-round. His wife apologized for him being shot. She said she didn't know he was loaded. Watch that gal go. She's got things by the stance and is trying to shake it off. Wait a minute, I think this girl is going to turn. She's got her hand out. She's got plenty of control, but it's remote control. Look at her wiggle. She must have worked for the Piggly Wiggly. Her hips are on hinges. There's a mother with her child. The baby is just going along for the ride. This little girl must be scared to death. She's quivering all over. Stand by, folks. I think she's going to take off. Voodooism includes many sacrificial rites, and no ceremony is complete until the natives have drunk the blood of some animal. No wonder this poor little beast looks unhappy. He knows he's got to be the goat and gets stuck for the drink. Although these orgies are against the law, they go on for days and nights until the drink-crazed natives fall to the ground exhausted. While they call it a sacred ceremony, voodooism is nothing but an excuse for getting intoxicated. And we ought to be thankful that we live in a civilized country where we don't need any excuse.